Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, Kate. I think we are live. I'm Bailey.
And I'm Kate.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We've been excitedly sitting here backstage. You might not know, but we can see you all here chatting and see how many of y'all are waiting before we go live. And we're really excited about this stream today. This is our first Cozy Crafternoon. I literally have a mug of steaming tea in front of me. And so does Kate. And we're coming in from different sides of the US today. I'm over here in the Seattle area, and Kate is our guest artist today. So you actually have the luck to see her work a lot because she's one of our content creators here at Glowforge, but she is an artist in her own right. If you check her out at Kate Hickman Art on Instagram, she is a Newport, Rhode Island based artist, and she does custom hand-painted laser cut 3D work. That's a lot of words. But go to her Instagram and you'll see what I mean. It's like layered paintings. She does a lot of, you do a lot of things that from your town around you and the things that you see on walks and a lot of scenery. It's gorgeous. You got to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're super lucky to have Kate with us here today. This is the first time we've done a Cozy Crafternoon, but we thought, like, what if we give y'all a design and kind of do a little crafting session live together and kind of chill on a Thursday afternoon. It's snowy here where you are too, right?
Yeah, it was snowing this morning.
Yeah, so that's really fun. And hold on, I'm gonna pop over to YouTube, make sure everything's hopping over there. It is. Look, everybody is coming in from all over the United States, well, all over the world actually. I've seen some international. Kate is awesome. I got some fans in the chat there, Kate.
Hi, Lauren.
And before we get started, I don't want to forget, we are doing a gift card giveaway today. So the chat is going really fast right now. So I want to make sure y'all don't miss it. But our friends in chat will put a link in there for a form, and you'll need to sign up with your name and email address. We're not going to add that email address to another mailing list. You're already on our email address list if you're here at the stream, but we're going to use it to choose the winner today. So we'll choose a random winner from those that enter, and we will draw it in about 30 minutes. So when we're about done with the stream, or I don't know exactly where we'll be in the project at that time, but we'll draw it today live, and then we'll let you know via email. So with that, Kate, why don't you introduce the project that we're going to do today?
Yes, so I have my bingo card here with me, one that I did that was oriented for my artwork. So essentially what I did was, I've seen those Polaroid frames for those photos everywhere. And so all I did was kind of like take the stand off the back and put it flat against this board. And then instead of just kind of crossing off when you complete a goal, you can actually insert a photo of yourself, either, at the place that you want to visit or whatever it may be. Oh, someone's here from Tiverton, Rhode Island. Hello.
That's a very small world. That's so cool.
So it kind of makes your vision board a little bit more visual.
I love it. Yeah, I just shared that in our company chat system the other day, and some people chimed in and said, "Oh, I already made one of these on paper," and of course, it's one on a Glowforge. And so, and I should mention that if you're here today for this Crafternoon and hanging out, and you don't have a Glowforge yet, you're still thinking about getting one, you're researching your options, figuring out which one might be right for the things that you want to do with it, this is still be super valuable to watch, because you'll be able to see Kate go through the software, how to customize the design, watch it print and everything like that. And if you wanted to make one yourself, of course, you can use the goal setting guide and just do it on paper. I mean, it is a little cooler if you're able to use materials like wood and acrylic and things like that. But we get it. Not everybody has a laser yet. So hopefully we have the giveaway popped into chat. Did you see that yet, Kate? I'm sure they're on top of it, but reminder to enter for that giveaway. It's a $250 Glowforge gift card. And I think with that, I will go ahead. Oh no, I was going to show my board off, but that's the next section. So, well, we wanted to just do a little bit like a vibe setting before we get started with the craftings. Like I mentioned, I've got my tea here. I'm here in my office, and kind of my cozy crafting or working or reading or whatever it is essentials. I've got like a heated blanket and electric.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. My house isn't the best insulated, and so it's a little chilly in here sometimes, especially in the mornings. And this is like one of my essentials. And I just like to have candles. And for snacks, I always like to ask our influencers like what their favorite crafting snacks are, because they're always in these beautiful craft rooms. They're always pumping out these amazing things. I'm like, what's your fuel? And I'm really into banana bread right now. I have been doing it with a bunch of different mix-ins. Yesterday's was like white chocolate and walnut, and it turned out pretty good. So yeah, not quite crafting, but crafting adjacent.
I made cinnamon bun granola the other day. I'm popping it like candy. It's so good.
Homemade granola.
Yeah.
Yum.
And gingerbread hot cocoa. So very cinnamon theme.
Yes. And do you tend to like with your scents, do you like a floral thing or a more gourmand thing?
Like vanilla.
Same. Yeah, that's kind of my thing too. And when we were writing down some of our cozy things in here, we noticed that we both have recently listened to or are listening to the audiobook Atomic Habits. So kind of relevant to this like goal setting theme of the bingo card today. That is a book recommendation I have for all of you is Atomic Habits. I love, I feel like you could do things like habit stacking, like crafting in audiobooks or just other obvious things of getting more out of everything that you're doing. So let us know in chat what some of your crafting cozy essentials are that you like. Do you like to put on, music? I did put together a little Spotify playlist for this live stream. We're not playing it in the background here for music usage rights reasons, but it's a really fun playlist. So it should be in your confirmation email when you signed up, and check that out. I made it myself. And with that, I will show off my bingo card.
I love yours.
Thank you. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Some of them fell out when I was moving this around earlier, but this is a book themed one. I'm a big reader, but I'm mostly an audio reader, which I know there are pros and cons to that. I just heard that with audio books, it's the only time that you hear really grammatically correct sentences because we don't speak like that. We don't read like that. And so I was like, yeah, see, audiobooks are good. But I actually have a goal to read more physical books this year too. So what I did for mine was I put genres across the top. So I have fantasy, true crime, self-improvement, and then I have a free space in the middle. I'm sure I will read more than 25 books this year, but these are ones I want to make sure that I get to. Some of these aren't even out. Like I have one by the new Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is going to be called Atmosphere, and it's about astronauts. That sounds cool. And I think I've read 3 so far in January. So I'm not this well read this year. Don't worry. I just wanted to show you how the little spaces work.
Oh, I love that. Cool. It turned out
good. Yeah, this is clear acrylic, proof grade, and walnut. And I was chatting with Kate. It was funny. I put mine together differently than Kate's going to show you how to put yours together. But many ways to do everything. That's the great thing about art. And then Kate, what was yours again? It's crafting goals specifically?
Yeah, so the one that I'm making today is going to be all Glowforge goals. And the one that I made before was, so since I'm a full-time artist, all of the different things that I want to create, because I don't just paint, I kind of let myself do whatever new creative hobby I'm feeling. So I have like, take a pottery class, paint a mural, like make a sea glass mosaic. So I have all the different, like creative things that I've wanted to do, make a patch jacket, and they're not all necessarily painting oriented, but they all are oriented behind like creating something.
Yeah. I think listing out creative goals or just, I don't know, things that aren't just going to happen in your life. You're not just going to go buy those patches one day. You have to kind of have a reason to do it, I guess, or have told yourself it's maybe one of your goals. I think it's great. I hope to see that like all filled out throughout the year and watch you make things on your Instagram too.
Oh, motivating.
Yeah.
Well, that goes in. So.
Lauren in chat is saying that she did all her crafty things for her too. And I think Kim from Sweet Red Poppy did for hers as well. So that might be a popular theme among this audience. I can see why, because it's great. It's a great way to expand your like the different, materials or whatnot that you're using. I mean, you could do a whole Glowforge themed one if you wanted to just level up different types of Glowforge projects that you do. Or, these, I've seen people do them for family goals. I think that's a really popular one. Things that they might want to do with their family this year. Because similarly, like it's easy for the whole year to go by and you're like, I wanted to go to the zoo with the family, but we never made that happen. So I just think just like writing it down, and this is even more than writing it down, we are etching it into wood.
Yes, literally.
Nikki is saying she did a mix of crafty and personal. Oh my gosh, someone in chat saying mine is all geocaching.
That one I would love to see a photo of all the goals, because that's amazing.
I accidentally found a geocache before and I was like,
I have too, and I was like, what?
I don't tell you what.
Yeah.
That's a really neat hobby though. I love that. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling up to some of these crafty, yummy things. Butter pecan lattes I make with Nespresso.
Now I'm craving so many things.
Yeah, delicious. Do we want to? I just want to make sure because I can tell we have more people that have come in to the stream, because then we're about to get started on the actual craft. But we are doing a giveaway today of a $250 Glowforge gift card. So if my handy Glowforge friends can pop the sign up link into chat again, make sure that you sign up, because you can only be entered for that if you're here live today. So it's a small couple hundred of us, which love it. Me and my couple hundred friends. So if you are just joining us, or we're about to get started, and if you don't have your design yet, you can go to glowforge.com/Cozy Crafternoon. It's scrolling below us there, and you will get an email that has the bingo card design file, and it's a PDF. So it will work on different types of machines. Definitely we optimize it for Glowforge, but you should be able to use it with different cutting type machines. And you can also just use the goal setting guide to do this on paper, do it on poster board, whatever you want. Get creative. We know you are creative people, if nothing else. So with that, Kate, do we want to kind of get started?
Yeah, so for the board that we are all making today, we're going to do it for all different types of Glowforge things. So I have this board right here to kind of show you how I chose all of my other categories, but we have one row left to fill, so I need chat to help me out and put in all of the Glowforge oriented things you want to do this year. So like I already put on there that I wanted to make a project with my pass-through, and I wanted to make a like 3D shadow box with like a layered effect. So if you guys can drop your Glowforge oriented or creation oriented goals in the chat for things that you want to make this year, we can add them onto our board before we go ahead and print. So I am very excited for this one. This one we have all wood this time. So I have my little friends here.
They're so cute.
So we did ours a little bit differently, you and I. So when you do this the way that I did it, I adhered the two pieces together first, and then we'll adhere this back piece onto the panel. But there's a little slot here, and that's where your photo goes in. And then it'll sit all perfect and pretty. So let's see. We've got cardboard cosplay, wedding signs. That's a good one.
Ooh, wedding signs.
Oh, samples of all your materials to quick start your projects. Personalized wedding gift, earrings and coins, boxes and trays. We've got so many good ones to choose from.
A replica of my house. I've been seeing a lot of those lately, and they look amazing. Oh, wow. That is a really cool idea. My dad did a painting of his childhood home and gave it to all his siblings, and it's just so precious. And yeah, leveling that up with making a little model. I love that idea. A nightlight.
Furniture. For one of these.
Learn how to design my own files.
Huh?
Someone's saying learn how to design my own files. I don't know if that'd be a goal for you, Kate. You seem pretty file proficient so far, but I think that's a really good one. I personally am not the most confident designer, but if you are looking for file design courses, there are tons of really great Glowforge creators who make those. So keep an eye on the creators that we feature on our Instagram to see some of those.
We're adding a book nook onto there.
Oh, yes.
Always wanted to make one of those. And let's see. Roaring 20 sign with a pass. Wooden replica of local library. You guys are so creative.
Engrave on ceramic tiles. We It's funny, the Glowforge offices, which we now are a mostly remote company, but we do have an office still, and it's in the industrial district in downtown Seattle. And we happen to be next to a whole bunch of like kitchen supply, industrial type stores, including like tile shops. And I remember there was a day that we, the CEO, Dan, and myself and a couple of other people, we went into one of those shops and we bought like a whole bunch of different tiles and tried them in the Glowforge. And it was amazing the different effects you can get on different types of stone. So maybe like a tile store field trip
We got
for someone.
Engraved on seashells one day. Some of you guys in chat have probably seen that project, and that was really fun because I didn't realize that engraving on seashells is kind of similar to stone.
Yeah.
So it was like a really cool process.
Love that.
Alrighty. So I think we've got all of our concepts loaded up.
Okay, so which 5 did you choose?
So we went with, let's see what our top 5 were as I turn my head to be able to read it. Miniature furniture, designing our own file, make a book nook, engrave on stone, and envelope art.
Oh, I don't even quite know what that means actually, but
I think it's kind of I've seen it in the wedding industry with like special like cuttings and stuff, and you can make your own envelopes with the Glowforge. So
like almost like a really like lace like cutaway paper cut effect for an envelope for a formal invitation. That's lovely.
Yeah. So
we'll travel goals.
Load this up. If we can get our Glowforge cam on.
Nice.
And I think it's about 3 minutes for these.
Okay.
Glowforge cam. And so, all right.
Oh, we can't quite see your glowing button. That's too bad. Kate has her Glowforge in a different room of her apartment, so she has to walk over to the back. That's so funny. Yes, I think we have, I'm peeking over to chat. I do think we have the photo dimensions. We have it somewhere for the size. They're square photos. And so what I did was I created just a little square in Canva. I think I want to say it's like 1.4 square inch, and then created, a 5x5 and stuck all my book covers into those. And then I printed that out. And tip I meant to mention. So I made these 25 little, we're printing. Sorry. Let's not distract from the engraving. Look what's going on here.
Yes, my Glowforge is awesome.
You get to run back over, sprint back over before the print ends. So you can see the Glowforge going right now. It is going so fast. And that's a pro, right, Kate?
Yep, the engrave is very fast.
Look at that. Here we go. We're getting it in the big window. The whole print was about 3 minutes long. Does it have to do the outside cut still, or is it just this last little engrave?
It has to do the outside cut, but the cut for the whole thing was only 18 minutes. So it's under 20 minute.
It looks like you have that sped up, like the way that it's moving. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's not. We swear this is not this technologically advanced. We're really printing this live. There it goes.
And then we do need to decide on the color paint fill.
Ooh,
so if anyone in the chat has recommendations for color.
Do you kind of have all the
Posca pens? So
okay,
we can do pretty much any color. So let me know what you guys are thinking.
So my photo tip is to get your little photos printed at like an Office Depot or Staples or that kind of thing. And I was able to get, an 8.5 by 11 sheet, had all my photos on it as 1.4 inch squares or whatever it was. We can look for that number and put it in chat. And I think it was like $2 for a laminated sheet. And then I was able to cut them all out, and they're more, durable.
Ooh, that's nice.
What I need though is a decorative envelope to keep them in because
yeah. So we can make one with our envelope art.
Yes. They're just loose all over the place. Seafoam blue, someone suggests. Someone suggests dark pink. Dark pink. Kate and I did go kind of pink for our.
Hey, we're gonna go with the pink theme today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nikki agrees.
Alrighty, and we've got 5 seconds, so I'll be right back, part 2.
All right. Goodbye, Kate. Oh, to be clear for the person in chat, the Glowforge is like, I think 20 feet from Kate or something. She's in a small apartment and it's in the room right next to her, and we have it on camera. So I think it's a pretty safe situation. But yes, we do not promote printing with the Glowforge in a different room, and walking away from it. You should always be monitored. And luckily there's hundreds of us monitoring Kate's print right now. You can't go wrong with pink. I agree. Turning it off. I can see your string lights in the reflection of your Glowforge lid, Kate. I love that.
We've got our masterpiece.
Ooh.
Yes, I have a pet camera that I keep on my Glowforge at all times.
We have a question about your ventilation system. Are you using the filter or are you using a hose out the window?
Yeah, so I have, I use both when I'm able to, kind of depends on what apartment I'm in. But right now I am using the ventilation system.
Nice.
I love my Glowforge air filter. It's really nice when you're in an apartment and you can't have that access to the window.
Or when it's cold. I only have a filter for my craft laser. I don't have the filter for my pro, and I did my bingo card on the pro last week and had to open the window, and it is in the 30s, so it was a little chilly. But that's okay.
We've got paint pens working. We're going with
Barbie. Oh, people are saying more craft goals, leather projects. I love that.
Ooh. Yeah, keep the craft goals coming. Probably giving other people ideas too.
Oh, let me repeat that about printing the pictures. The photos there, or whatever you want, you could just print out little square anythings to put in to mark off as you complete your goals. I don't have the exact measurement in my head right now, but it's something like a 1.4-inch square and a 1.6-inch square for the Aura versus the Pro version of the designs. And what I did was make those in Canva, which you can use for free, and make a little square, duplicated it 25 times, and stuck my little book photos in there. And I printed mine off at a home, or not a Home Depot, Office Depot. I think I said Home Depot before, an Office Depot, and got it laminated. So I got an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet laminated and then cut them out. So I got each of them, and they were quite durable and not bendy, so they will stick in there nicely.
The lamination is a good addition.
Oh, we are gonna share a photo template after the stream, so you don't even need to go through all that. Look at that. And what is the brand of paint pens you're using there, Kate?
These are Poscas.
I think
these are my favorite because they're super opaque.
Yeah. And I did the same thing on mine. You can see, I guess I have a blur effect on, but you can see I've got True Crime right there and Fantasy, and that's with a teal paint fill. I think I have the same ones.
Yeah, so you can add in your categories and engrave them as well if you'd like, or if you want a more uniform look, you can print it without them. It's entirely up to you. What's nice about the file is that it's very customizable.
Yeah.
You can very much change it to be whatever specific niche you're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could choose to put, you just did the one big title across the top, or you could do the different columns with, we could have categorized the craft goals into different categories, things for your business, or things for your Glowforge, or things for just expanding your skills. Classes you want to take. Yeah. Ooh, this is so fun.
Some of these Glowforge goals were preloaded as well. So you should be able to read them all on the screen. But I have some of the ones that I talked about earlier, like making the shadow box and using every shade of proof grade in a project, I think is a cool challenge. Designing coasters, engraving photos using the puzzle feature. last Christmas, actually, I used the puzzle feature on a painting that I made and turned it into a puzzle of the half dome, which my sister-in-law had just hiked earlier that year. So that was a really cool
Wow.
custom gift.
It was very satisfying to watch each of those come out so cleanly. And you're just using tweezers.
Yep. And I have some Gorilla Glue masking tape as well for those kind of like little circles and little bubbles in there that you can't quite get to. But it's coming off pretty smooth. So.
Yeah, I know for, terms of scaling production of something, this part can be cumbersome for folks if you're trying to move really fast, but for like a crafting, vibing out, this was my favorite part of making this.
Yeah, it's my favorite part of Glowforging.
I had an audiobook on and I was just like, this is so
very
nice.
Methodical and meditative.
Mm-hmm. Nikki says the same thing. Yeah, and it feels really productive and it like looks so pretty.
Yeah, I've got my cozy candle here. I get those Woodwick ones.
And they kind of flicker.
And I got it from a boutique. It's in Newport, actually. Milk Jar is the brand. So it's like having a fireplace,
Does it kind of crackle?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Like a fireplace.
I'm peeling while watching this, someone says. That sounds about right. That's exactly what we were hoping for, Laura. Even if you're not doing this project. We were also talking about the concept of like co-working and how like co-crafting could be kind of a fun thing to do together, just kind of doing it all together like this and setting aside the time to focus on a crafting thing rather than say like, oh, I'm gonna clean the house or focus on this other work thing or whatever. Setting aside the time with another person to get to work on a specific thing is kind of a fun idea. I haven't tried it, the co-working thing, not since COVID days.
Yeah, I did it painting the other day. I went over to another artist's apartment. She's probably watching this right now. And then we just kind of sat in silence and just painted, and 2 hours had gone by. We didn't even know. Cozy craft, man.
Awesome. Yeah, you're really doing it. You're really living that life.
Yeah. So after we take all the masking off, I'll show you guys how I go about applying the frames on top.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's funny. I had definitely created the instructions to send out for everyone and knew how you did it, but just did it my own way, which that's kind of how I craft and cook and bake and stuff too. It's like...
But I also love that. Like, I wouldn't have never have even thought to do it the opposite way. And you would have never thought to do it the way that I did it. So yeah. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, Kate put the frames together and then glued them on. And I glued all of the backs directly onto the board first and then glued all the fronts onto them.
Yeah. But they both turned out beautiful. So.
Instructions are suggestions,
The good part about the rules is that most of them are made up. So,
like, for sure, we made them up. Painting classes. That's a good point, Melody. That's a good example of like when we've all done co-crafting is taking a class, and that's why that is always so lovely and therapeutic. Yeah. I really want to take a class this year. I made a different version of the board. That's kind of my personal goals, and I have take a stained glass painting or stained glass class on it because that's a craft that I really wanted to try. Have you ever done that, Kate?
Where do they offer those?
Where? Well, I found it at like a glass studio in Tacoma.
Because we have them, so I wonder.
Yeah, and I want to do kind of the kind that involves welding the metal bit in between, not necessarily like mosaic stained glass.
Okay.
Yeah. So soldering, that's what I mean. Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. Okay, can we get
drying, but we'll take off the grid up to there so that it can dry while we apply.
Yeah, I am very impatient.
Lead, so it is what it is.
Oh yeah, book binding. Michelle is mentioning in chat.
I love book binding.
Is a really, I think, kind of a trending craft. Like there's that, gosh, Michelle, can you correct me? I don't remember the name of the Instagram, my bookshelf, something about my bookshelf. Content creator who makes amazing homemade bound books. So she'll take a paperback, rip the covers off, and then make a gorgeous homemade cover with, like, you know, the innards are just cardboard or wood, and then paper or fabric on the front. And then she'll use either vinyl or I've seen her use she uses the Glowforge before, I believe, and does just, you know, like gold foil, beautiful details on the front for the cover and everything. It's so pretty.
I love when I see people do those.
That's my bookshelf. That's what it's called. Yeah, so her personal library, instead of looking like, you know, a Barnes & Noble, it looks like Beauty and the Beast's library. You know, it's like gorgeous leather-bound books.
It reminds me of like when libraries used to be all leather-bound.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, while we're letting that top part dry, there are two different ways that you can put these frames on top. So you can use super glue if that's something that you prefer. It's all about preference when it comes to glues. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit less messy with like less dry time, I love these sticky dots. You can get them at Michael's with a few different brands. Aleene's and Gorilla Glue are the two that come to mind.
I think I got those Aleene's ones too, right here.
My favorite.
Yeah. Tacky. Yeah, because I am the type to just absolutely get covered in super glue if I try to use
like long nails too. Sometimes the glue can get messy, so like this is a good alternative for that as well.
Agreed. I was like, where have these been all my life? I had not used them before, so.
Yeah, and then these are set up actually, so when you go to line it up,
yep,
they actually are spaced perfectly for this project.
I figured that out too.
So I was like, oh, this is great. They're like a pre-cut template that's ready to go. Okay. Happy coincidence.
Oh, that's a great idea, Ronnie. Ronnie and Chad's thing. If there's leftover wood, you can do earrings and pendants.
Oh yes, all the squares that are in the middle, you can use those for something else. I kept mine tucked away this morning when I made my frames, and I love reusing like the inside shapes. Makes me think a little more creatively.
Absolutely. I've also seen folks use different wood or different materials in general for the frames. So if you have a bunch of different scraps, you could do a bunch of different textures and colors, and that could look really cool.
So there's two ways you can do this. You can either apply it directly onto the frame itself and transfer from there, which they are instant tacky. The advertising is very accurate. And then if you prefer not to do it that way, another route you can go is to just put it directly on the board and then just kind of press the frame on top. So whichever's easier and more satisfying for you, which is how
There are a lot of satisfying elements in this project now that
and it's all like perfectly spaced. It's a very satisfying.
Yes. Yeah, lining up the frame with the engrave, or it's not an engrave, a score of the shape.
Yeah.
Score
I love score.
What's up for making any type of sign. I'm the type of person too that like won't measure things, you know. So
me too.
So it's really a lifesaver. Like when I've made signs that have words on them, and like it without the Glowforge, I would have convinced myself that I would space the letters fine with my eyes, you know. But we all know that's the final result would suggest otherwise. So yeah, I love this using score marks.
Yeah, when it does the work for you and the thinking for you. And then you just get to enjoy crafting, you know?
Yeah. I can't remember whose it was. I think it might be Just One More Project. He did a version of this last week, and tilted the file so that the frames are tilting in different directions, which gives it a really like fun dynamic look too. And yeah, I would definitely need that in that case. But I also think it could be a fun idea to, I mean, we use the term bingo card loosely here, right?
Yeah.
It's goals, it's a goal tracker. It's a bingo card if you want it to be. I think it could be fun though to like give yourself a reward if you get different types of bingos. So maybe that's how you would choose which goal to pursue next is like, well, I'm doing well on this row or this column or this diagonal. And then there's a free space if you want there to be. And
Yes, if you want there to be.
Yeah.
You can also force yourself to do 25 things.
Do them just in order.
Things.
Is this project able to be made in the Glowforge Aura? Yes. When you sign up on glowforge.com/Cozy Crafternoon, you'll get a design file that includes a version for an Aura and for a Pro or Plus or Basic. If you have the Spark, will it fit, Kate, or will you have to zoom in? You have to resize it a little bit.
You might have to resize it just the slightest.
Yeah.
But arguably like within the same dimensions.
Yeah.
Just a little bit smaller. But yeah, these dots just make it so easy. And you can't mess it up later sometimes like I feel like I can with glue. As it's drying, you know, you hit the piece and you're like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Great for that.
I'm loving this idea of pocket hugs I'm seeing in the chat. That was someone's suggestion for scrap material to make. I think it's a little animal that you put in your pocket, around with you, a hug. I feel like I would have been very delighted by that kind of thing as when I'm a kid. I'm delighted now, but
I'm hearing of that. I like
it. You can get the file, Michelle, from going to glowforge.com/cozy. The fun bingo game for Christmas, like the white elephant. Yeah, you could totally make some kind of game or activity with this template as well. It's very, very versatile.
Yeah, it is.
All the little, I mean, yeah, when you first created it, I took it really literally like I'm going to take photos of myself achieving these goals, you know, but like you could do that too. But it works for the photos. I think it works better for some things than others. Like you'll be able to photograph each of these projects as you finish it, or maybe if they were like travel destinations or something. But some of them you'll just have to get more, you know, maybe a little bit more creative with how you fill it. Like it could just be a little colored piece of paper.
Yeah, I'd love to hear if anyone has a travel or did a travel bingo board.
Oh yeah,
because that would be cool. Just for filling in, that would be an awesome.
Another one would be foods to try or restaurants maybe.
Or like dishes to make, and then you take a photo of the dish.
Ooh, I really like that.
I could do this one board for every area of my life.
Baking. Because I'm not a measuring person, baking is... I do bake. I mean, like I said, I made banana bread yesterday, but there is some trial and error, and it would be fun for me to try some different and more challenging baking projects.
I did have, I want to learn how to make like flavored, I've been learning how to make pasta by hand, but I want to learn how to make flavored pasta.
Ooh.
Because I got like a kit from Trader Joe's, and it had like, it came with like 6 different ones one year for Christmas. And I was like, I need to do this.
I don't know if I've ever made flavored pasta. I've made some handmade pastas, like I've made gnocchi, I've made ravioli. There are some people who make really amazing, vibrantly colored pasta using, I don't know.
The art, I've seen one guy on social media, that like it's artwork that they're putting through that machine.
Exactly.
Really cool.
You're working really fast. Look, she's like
the magic of
3 rows down.
The magic of the dots.
I'm picturing that all of you here, we've got 200 some people here, and we have pretty much the whole time. I'm picturing that all of you are making this at home right now, doing the same thing.
And I love that they probably all have really different themes.
If you're just coming in now and you're saying that you're late, don't worry. You can start this over from the beginning right now if you wanted to, or you could, once we wrap up in a few minutes here, this will just be available for replay. It's kind of just hopefully a fun, vibey hangout with me and Kate.
Yeah.
We are at the 40-minute mark already. Time flies when you're cozily crafting. So maybe we should do the last call, last chance for the giveaway. So I see now that they have pinned in the chat the giveaway. So if you are here listening to this now, you are eligible to enter for a $250 gift card. So go ahead and pop your name into that form and hit submit, and we will do the giveaway. How about in a couple more minutes? It's 1:40 right now. What about we'll close the form at 1:42. They look close together. Is it easy to slide in the pictures? Jewel, good question. Kind of yes, kind of no. I mean, it was them being close together does make it a little challenging, but not like prohibitive, like you cannot do it. So see, look, this is The God of the Woods, which, by the way, I just finished. I'm in a book club for one of my podcasts, and this was that I listened to, my podcast not my podcast, my podcast has friends, we just read this and pop it in. Here we go. Oh, that was off camera. Dang it. It was really good, I promise. It went right in. But yeah, you just sort of, that's why I really do recommend the laminating though for these.
Yeah, the laminating probably helps.
Because I think probably if I was just using paper, it would have scrunched up when I did that.
All right, we're on the last row.
Ooh, a book nook. A book nook Cozy Crafternoon.
Ooh.
Someone's saying, I want to hear more about these book nooks. I'm from a library.
Yeah, people should feel free to drop suggestions in the chat for future Cozy Crafternoons.
Yeah, I think that's a really fun idea. Stamps, book plate stamps.
Ooh,
you guys are in our meetings outside of or it's just that we have our finger on the pulse of what y'all want to make. Now, these are really fun ideas. I think these are just what we want to make, so we're excited about it. Yeah, this is my year of reading. I have decided I'm going in deep.
I didn't read my book for January. I was goaling my goal was one book a month. I did not read in January.
Well,
oops. Oh no.
It's okay. There's 11 more. We can do it. Where do we get the glue dots? Charlene, so there's two brands that make them. There's one called Aleene's, Aleenes. And then I think Gorilla Glue also makes a dot product like this. I got mine at michaels.com.
Yep, they're both at michaels.com. My favorite.
I'll write you for her goal of 100 books. Uh-oh. Michelle, you haven't made your bingo cards yet. She has a grand idea to make 4 of them, one for each quarter or season or whatever, and then do 100 that way. So, I mean, once you have that up, you'll start reading. Trust me.
You could even do this and cover it up with wood veneer. Especially if you do wood, you can change the goal, cover it up. Use the same wood.
That's a really good point. I was also thinking you could engrave the goals. I know this is not how you created the design, but you could do the goals on the outside of the Polaroid too, as if it was written below. You could also, I think you could do this, as you complete these, you could pop the whole bingo board back in the Glowforge. I think this would definitely work on the Pro and Plus. I'm not 1,000% about the depth for the aura on this, but you could pop it back in the Glowforge and engrave on the frame the date that you did the thing.
Ooh, that's a cool addition.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this beetle, guys.
done now. Tweezers. But the paint fill did come out pretty.
So good. Not bad. You almost got it in one. I mean,
I'm always trying to get the satisfying shot. You know me.
I'm always so mad if I'm filming a project and sometimes I forget to do it. And I'm like, what? No.
I like the pink. The pink was a move.
So which woods are these again? Walnut for the frames, and is it cherry?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These
are my two favorite woods. I use them for most projects. My favorite shades.
Oh, that's a good idea. Use whiteboard paint on the frames and use markers to write on the frames. Or you could make the frames out of acrylic, white acrylic, if you're using a pro, not on the Aura, of course, the pro or the plus, but white acrylic would also be whiteboardy type material. That's a great idea.
All right.
Exactly, Nikki. Nikki gets the importance of the peel in videos. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
All completed. I love it.
We did it, y'all.
There's so many goals to complete.
Well, this was awesome. Did we announce the winner yet? Did I miss it? Did we do it in chat? Or are we just going to do it via email? Let me look and see if someone has like DM'd me a name somewhere else that I haven't seen. I don't think so. Okay. We don't need to announce it live, but we will be emailing you. I'll do it this afternoon, but definitely by end of day tomorrow, we'll email the winner. So thank you so much for entering. Well, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
This was so fun, y'all.
If people could tag us in social on all the things they made while they were hanging out with us today. There we go.
People love it. You're getting so many compliments. Can you feel all the emojis coming through the computer?
I don't think I can see them.
Yeah, Kim, the frames are 2 layers. There's kind of a half frame behind, so they kind of sit like this, and then the photos are able to slide between the 2. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, this has been so great. I'm so happy that all of you showed up, and I know this is a little later in the afternoon than we typically do our streams. It seems like that worked for a lot of you, and I hope this was fun. We are planning to do more, so we will see you at the next one. And until then, I hope you got some vibes ideas. You can light some candles, check out my Spotify Cozy Crafternoon playlist, and make your own 2025 bingo card. And then when you make it, make sure you tag us on social so we can see what you did. Thanks so much for joining us, Kate.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was awesome. All right. Bye, everyone.